country plans to issue 2 digital bank licenses this year. And interest in operating digital banks here is very high. 21 applications alone from companies including e-commerce firm Alibaba and ride-hailing app Grab just this week, promising access to loans and savings at the tap of a smartphone. According to consulting firm EY, the use of fintech-powered services have doubled and tripled across key markets in Asia-Pacific. China is leading the pack, where a lot of payments are made via mobile phones. Lisa Schro highlights why Asia is a growing player in the fintech revolution.
We are looking at different trends for this year, especially when it comes to personalization and digitization of fintech solutions. So we are both looking at more customer-centric trends, for example, more in the area of payments and digital payments, especially also digital banking.
Right. You mentioned digital banking there, and Singapore's central bank, in effect, is going to be granting digital banking license to some pretty unusual players,
yes,
the likes of telecoms firms, Singtel, you've got China's e-commerce player, Alibaba. They're also going to grant a license to Grab, which of course is a ride-hailing firm. So are we expecting more of these unusual players to come on the scene?
Yes, certainly. I mean, banking doesn't necessarily mean that it's always the bank involved, but actually now with Grab, for example, moving into the payment space already, and it's not surprising that they also want to offer more to the customers that they already have. So this is what we're also seeing with other industries. So that's also why cross-industry is definitely a trend that is also emerging, that we are thinking it's getting bigger and bigger, especially now with Singapore giving out those digital banking licenses.
So how will this impact your traditional bank then?
They have to get ready for the future right now. So for them, it's really, they have to think about how they want to position themselves right now in order to be relevant in the future.
And tell us a little bit about the fact that obviously a lot of it's moved on to the mobile phone. So do you think it's the ubiquity of using mobile phones that makes banking potentially easier on those kind of devices?
Yes, definitely. The phone is definitely something that everybody has in their hands nowadays, especially in the more developed countries. If you look at more in the emerging markets, it's still very underbanked, which is still the opportunity to bring those digital solutions to them as well, because they already have their phones. They don't have a bank account yet, so there's definitely opportunities for them to kind of get into the direction of consuming financial products as well.
That's Lisa Schro speaking to me earlier.